everyone, Paul at ISM. Welcome to another inbox review. So, am I going to shock off this one? Let's see. So, today I'm going to review Tamiya's brand new Suzuki GSX-RR 2020 Championship bike. Just been released. I got mine today. This was a very generous donation by a friend of mine, Mr. Luke Ward. He basically bought me this because he's crazy, and I thank you a lot, Luke, because I wouldn't be able to get it otherwise. So, thank you very much, buddy. So I thought we'd review it today, have a look at what we got in the box, and shock horror, I think this is going to be my next build. Luke's doing it as well, so go to Skell Motors channel. I'll put a link in the description and sub to Luke. Luke's nearly at 1,000 subs, and we're trying to get him there. Luke's going to build Alex Rin's bike. I'm going to do Joan Mir's championship bike, and we're both going to hopefully get decent builds out of this. So it's a brand new 2022 Tamiya MotoGP bike kit. They don't come out very often at all. I think the last one was 2014, was it? Last MotoGP bike. So they are thin and far between. So yes, so like you say, I'm going to build this. It is going to be the next build series. You see, probably after I start the Super B. The Super B's been started. The AMT kit had a few issues. I had to move some paint to the first part. That's due up first. This will be up next. So there we are. So let's get on and let's have a look at the kit. Hey everyone, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell notifications, get notified of our latest videos, give the video a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and leave a comment. I do read and appreciate every comment you guys and girls leave behind. I may not reply to them all, but they are all appreciated. And there's a link in the description of the video that takes you to a big long list of all handy videos and a lot of the products I use in my videos. You now have the chance to support the video content creation by using Patreon or the PayPal me link in the description down below. All the videos always remain free to watch. This is just your chance to help support the videos. Okay, so a brand new MotoGP bike from Tamiya. I mean, what is better than this? I saw this being released a few months back. Look forward to it coming out. It's not necessarily the bike I would have picked. I'd have gone for one of the Ducatis, like Dobby's bike more than likely. But it's still a new MotoGP bike, and it's still the world champion bike, Joan Mir's. Alex Rin's decals are in there as well. I'll be doing Mir's because my buddy Luke, who bought me this because he's mad, is going to do Rin's. So we'll have both team bikes then done together. So wonderful box art as usual with Tamiya. You can spot Tamiya box art a mile off. It's a great looking bike. While it would be my first choice of bikes to do, it's still one of the prettier bikes on the MotoGP grid. So great to see. So nice picture on the front. We've got some front profiles on the side of the box as well. There is a detail set available. There's a fork set with some PE in it and what have you. I will get it at a later date. There's also a paint match set for it. Details on the side, including the kit number, should you want to have a look. And some info about the bike, which I don't read Japanese, so sadly I can't read. So there we go. Officially licensed product, which is quite a problem with some of these kits. But luckily, we're able to get this one. So it's all good. Got a nice protective side here for some other delicate parts, like the clear parts, the front fairing, the fuel tank, tyres and what have you. So we'll get all those out of there. And then we've got several screws over on the right-hand side. And some information and what have you over here. So we'll put all that to one side there. I'm going to put the box over there so I can lob everything back in. And we'll start off with the front fairing and the fuel tank. So like I say, excited to see this. Excuse my hands, I've been modelling all morning, so I am covered in paint and all sorts of stuff. So single piece front fairing, this is really nice. So you normally only get that piece on a MotoGP bike, so that's good to see. So a little bit of cleanup here and here, no problem at all. You do quite often get seams here, and yeah, there is one there. Tamiya quite often puts a mini seam where the demarcation is for the paint. So while it can be helpful, sometimes it's better to get rid of it. So you'll have to have a look, see how you want to do things. For me, there is a mask set in the kit. I'd rather mask it by eye and get rid of that, if I'm honest. But obviously, that's up to you to make the decision. And if you do want to get rid of it, it's a quick, very, very quick wipe over with a sander, and it'll be completely gone and removed. So no drama there at all. So very, very nice. I'm going to pop that back in there. Got a one-piece fuel tank as well. Cut it off there. Dead easy clean up. Suzuki logos on the side as well. The fuel tanks can be often really tricky to clean up on the MotoGP, or any bikes to be honest, because of all the fuel tank and the filler and the dimples and what have you. It can be quite difficult to do. There is a seam around there again. I'm going to guess it's for... No, it's not for paint demarcation, but there is a seam along the top. Just have a good look around. Any seams, get rid of them. Just double check everything before you commit to paint. So, nice to get a one-piece tank. It's always a nice addition. It's one less absolute pain in the backside sanding job to do. Sorry about the noise by this by the mic. I forgot the mic was there and I'm lobbing all the bags over there, so excuse me. Over here we've got white sprue with all the main body panels. So you're going to have to look what's on here. So we've got the side fairings, the lower fairing as well. The tail, we've got front fender, and it is a fender if anybody tells you it isn't. Got the camera, loads of other bits. So all these are probably going to build up and build our sections. So some careful cleanup, sanding and assembly. Be clean with your glue. These are very prominent parts on the kit. Make sure everything's cleaned up properly. Be very sparse with your glue. And what I'd recommend for bits like this, as you'll see in my build, once you've glued it all together, it's all set, run a bead of super glue underneath there to get a bit of strength. These have got a terrible habit of snapping, usually when you're polishing them later on after the 2K'd. So I would run a bead of CA glue along there and under here where this is joined as well. I've done it on every single bike I've done after learning the lesson the hard way, and I'll always do it on every one. So the bodywork looks good. It's quite complex. How it's going to assemble, I don't know. I've not looked at instructions yet, but it's going to be multi-piece for a lot of the parts. So again, pay attention to your instructions, and again, you should have no issues at all building up. It's a Tamiya bike kit. These are always superbly engineered. Don't usually give any problems at all in assembly. It's the painting that can be quite troublesome on the fairings and what have you. So we've got a bigger sprue here. So this is mostly engine, brakes, and what have you on here. So we've got a paddock stand. We've got some hoses, the radiator, the engine block, the centre of the brakes there as well. Quite a nice touch having those separate. That I do like, because they're often a different colour to the disc. That's a great touch. Well done, Tamiya, because it's normally all in one. You have to mask this very awkwardly. So top job there. So it's probably going to be, it'll be carbon ceramic front brakes. We've got a steel back brake, I think they are normally. Clutch has got some absolutely wonderful detail on that. Once that's painted up and given a wash, that looks fantastic. All the little components here, absolutely beautiful. Really well done. Engine, really nicely. We've got a Suzuki logo emblazoned there on top. Two halves of the block, all the parts there. We've got the fuel tank cell itself. Like I say, all the hoses and radiator parts there. Paddock stands at the back. Kit forks are there, whether you use those or not. I'm not going to. I'm going to get the fork set. Either way, paint it up, paint them properly. They still look fantastic. I've done that before. And then we've got some really nice Brembo brake calipers. Look at those. They are absolutely beautiful. We can focus. Come on, focus. They are lovely brakes. Once they are painted up and given a wash, they are going to look absolutely stunning. And the rear suspension's there as well. And obviously there's a spring in with the tyre set. So we'll have a look at that in a bit as well. And then the last bag of sprues, other than the clear parts, is these. So on here, we have all the frame. We've got the exhaust. So multi-piece exhaust as usual. So it's going to need sanding and gluing. We've got the kit ends for the exhaust. In the detail upset, you get a different end with PE. So it's a see-through exhaust, which will look a lot better. We've got the handlebars, the tree, the rear huggers there as well. A lot of this is going to be carbon, so you're going to see some carboning on this as well. And again, Tamiya, it's a brand new toolkit. Everything is molded absolutely flawlessly. Even the wild lines on the frame are absolutely beautiful. What can you say? I think bikes are definitely up there with one of Tamiya's premier kits. They always do good bikes, and they're new tools, and this will be just absolutely fabulous. The moulding, the detail is absolutely phenomenal. It really is. And I think Tamiya's become synonymous with this kind of detail, and yeah, just absolutely beautiful. That's absolutely fantastic. Then we've got our wheels. We've got the rear swing arm. We've got the chain. Now, Kit change, you can get them to look really well if you try. Just a little bit of work, a bit of a wash, they look really good. We've got the front suspension stabilizer. We've got the anodized caps. We've got the throttle, the brakes, the levers. Obviously the wheels are there as well. We've got the seat. We've got the clutch cover there. We've got the brake. What we call that? Hang on, is it the brake? Let me think. Is that brake or the clutch? I think that's the clutch actually. The clutch lever. And again, just flawlessly moulded. Absolutely lovely. Really nice. Really easy clean up. Really nice clean parts. Just top class. Absolutely beautiful. I've not built a bike for a while, so I'm looking forward to doing this. The last one I tried was the new Fireblade, and I didn't have a good time at all. So hopefully this will rejuvenate me, because I do have 2 other bikes in the stash. So we've got our knee grip protectors, whatever you want to call them there. We've got our paddock stand wheels as well, painted in clear. And we've got our front windscreen visor. And a very, very tiny... Is it a brake light? I'm not sure what that is. Little tiny one there. I'll look at the instructions. But again, the glass, even held up. I can read my screen perfectly. Flawless glass. Absolutely flawless. Apart from the little mark at the bottom of mine there. I got a little tiny flaw there. Can you see that? Right here at the bottom. I'm sure it's going to show the little tiny flaw on the glass. So that's a bit of a shame. I wonder if it'll wipe off. Now, my friend Luke's got this. I'm interested to see he's got that as well. That'd be very interesting to see. Probably polish it off, so I'll get some Novus polish on that and we'll get that off there. It's on the glass, it's not in it by the look of it. But it's definitely a slight mismoulding, so it'd be interesting to see if anybody else has got that. So if you've got the kit, let me know if it's there. So there we go. So there's all the plastic parts. They're not going to give us any issues at all. Normally, stab myself. Normally, if I was not going to build this, I wouldn't open anything up. But I am on this because I'm going to start this today. So all these will be sectioned out. So we've got Tamiya's tyres, seam in the middle to get rid of. We've got Tamiya's rubber hosing. I'll probably replace most of that because it's oversized a lot of the time. We've got a black spring. We've got a large polycaps or small polycaps. Bag of screws, machine screws, and that's it. So again, everything important that I need to keep. So we're going to pop all that back in there safe, and I will put this all in a little box later on to keep it all nice and safe. So yeah, the hosing's often quite oversized, so I'll replace that with some thinner stuff that I've got. And there's all the parts. They look absolutely fantastic. No issues there. Luckily, the bike kit's not a lot of parts. It can be a bit of work, but normally not. So we've got a correction sheet, but it's just for the part call-outs on the back. So nothing detrimental to instructions. We'll look at those in a second. We also have some background information. So there we go. No pictures. Oh, there's a couple of pictures. So we've got about the painting, decal locations there as well. That is what we call a decal call-out, isn't it? That is wonderful. Okay. So we can either have a 36 or the number 1 on it. I think I'll go 36 because I like the luminous orange on Mia's bike. I do like it. Rins is my favourite rider out the toe, but I thought Luke's doing that one. Let's do Mia. Let's do Mia instead. We could also do the test rider bike. Okay, see, loads of choices there. That's good. Well done, Tamiya. Painting's there as well. I'm not sure what colour it's going to call out for. Let's have a look. It doesn't tell us. I wonder if the instructions do. Some info on back in Japanese. Some pictures, those beautiful exhausts, which look absolutely lovely. Front of the bike and the side of the bike as well. Very, very nice. Really cool. And then the instructions. Oh, decals. Nearly forgot the decals. Why didn't you tell me? Staples. You know, I hate Tamiya staples. They're annoying. So in here, we've got a small decal sheet. Very cool. So you've got Rins' number there separately. Some markings for the bike. Not cartograph decals, but the latest Tamiya decals have been okay. So I don't think that's going to be much of an issue. We've got the larger sheet here with all the beautiful Suzuki logo. We've got the horrendous wheel markings. These are a nightmare. We've got various markings there. And obviously Joan Mir is there as well. Love that luminous green, so we're definitely going to use that one. That's going to look really cool. Very, very nice. They're looking really good. Doesn't look like give us much trouble, hopefully. And then here, we've got, let's watch this front. Now, I was looking at this, and what the hell is that for? So we've got that there. We'll look at a minute what that is. We've got the mask set there as well, which is one you're going to have to cut out yourself, which isn't the best. I'd rather it be die cut or laser cut, whatever it is that they do. But it is what it is, I suppose. If I get this bloody bag open, we'll have a look at what we got. No, okay, we'll cut it then. There we go. And then I'm going to guess these are the tyre markings. They are, which are Michelin's. So again, that transfers. You get a few spares there as well. I've got a guide on the channel doing those if you want to have a look. So they're no problems at all. Obviously the mask set, and we'll figure out what that is as well in a minute. So I'm going to have a look through the instructions. So Tamiya's typical instructions, tools, paints required. Really good. My God, there's a lot of colours on there. So metallic blue TS29. It appears to be calling out for the bodywork. Whether that's right, I don't know. Let's have a look. Yeah, TS19 is calling out for the blue. I don't know what colour that is. I've got a feeling it's going to be too dark though compared to the main colour. But anyway, so Tamiya's followed up. Look, there's the option parts there. So you get the forks, you get some turn metal, you get a yellow spring. I'm not sure about the spring. Some photo etch as well. And obviously it's telling about masking things and spraying options. So we're going to do bike number A. And we start off with engine assembly. These instructions are crystal clear, really easy to follow, no problems whatsoever. But you're going to have a lot of painting and masking, all different colours. And it's quite worth switching out some colours if it's just a silver for slightly different shades of silver to give a bit of tonal variation and interest. And we'll deal with that as we go through the build. Let's get the engine done. That looks like the air cleaner box, is it? Yes, it is. Then we're on to the frame. So again, you've got some bits on the frame to mask. I would recommend normally gluing it together, but I'll have to see how this goes. And then we've got all the parts, getting the engine in. Always a good moment, get the engine in. Got the rear dampener, the swing arm. Got some nice decals on there as well. The chain. And again, kit chain, you can get good detail out of. Not too bad at all. Wheels, those awful decals around the edge of the wheels, which can be an absolute pig to do. The hugger. Rear brakes. The tyre cooler, or wherever it's supposed to be on the front. Paddock stand there as well. And then I want to put the swing arm on, paddock stand, the exhaust. Quite a bit of work in the exhaust. You have to do a bit of filling and sanding. And you're also going to have to get some good painting on there as well. Getting it on the block. Radiators. Again, it's quite a bit of work. It's quite fiddly painting on the bikes, and it can get a little bit monotonous, but it's worth doing because a lot of it's visible. Like this. This is a phenomenal move by Tamiya. To leave that separate is a good shout because most of the kits I've built, that's been a piece that needs to be masked. So good to see. Getting the forks built, getting the forks assembled, getting the front fender on and in place, telling you how to do it. So again, be careful filling these. And then we've got, okay, all the brakes. Calipers are lovely. Getting the stabilizer on, getting the tray on. Assembling all the handlebars, the tubing. So there's the tubing. I will probably replace that. It's a little bit thick. And then the seat cowl. So we'll deal with all the bodywork first. So we'll go through with our highlighter, get all the bodywork done, and then we'll go back through and start on the engine. That's the way I normally like to work on the bikes. So we get all the painting, decaling, 2K done, the camera in place, fuel tank cover. Ah, that's what that's for. It's a fuel tank pad. That's what it is. Okay. That's a nice touch again. Well done, Tamiya. So that must be cushioned. That must be slightly cushioned. Get the fuel tank cover in place. Front fairing, side fairings. A lot of masking to do, so you have to pay attention here as to what's what. And then applying all the bits. Yeah. Simple, normal, straightforward Tamiya instructions that won't give you a problem whatsoever. Right then, to be honest, what more is there to say? It's a brand new tool, Tamiya MotoGP bike kit. I think it's one of the kits they do best. It looks to be a phenomenal kit. It's going to be quite a bit of work, especially on the engines and what have you. And the fairings and the bodywork look like they're going to be quite tricky as well because it look very multi-part. So hopefully we can get through this one because the last bike kit, the Fireblade, didn't go very well. But I want to build a bike, and if I enjoy this, I'll build another one of my Hondas at some point later in the year. So hopefully you'll see the first part of this up soon. And Luke's going to do his as well. So like I say, go to Luke's YouTube channel, Scale Motor. I'll put a link down below. Go and support him as well. Go subscribe to him and go watch his build of this as well when he releases his videos. And he's going to review it as well, so you'll see another perspective on the kit. And Luke's a biker, so Luke will probably spot things I've missed. There we are. So like I say, great kit, other than the slight flaw on that glass, which I'll get out. It's not the end of the world. It just looks a phenomenal kit. Nobody does kits like Tamiya, in my opinion. And a new tool bike kit from them is just going to be absolutely sublime. It really is. And hopefully it's going to build up really well too, with no problems. So stay tuned for the first part of that. Hopefully it'll be up soon. As always, let's support the channel. There's a Patreon me link, a PayPal me link, and Buy Me Coffee link in the description down below. Check out ISM Facebook page and forum, umpretail.com. We should have these in stock at some point. We haven't yet, but hopefully we will at some point. Check out my Paul ISM modelling page for regular updates on this. And check out the Live the Bench page, the Off Air Hangout group, and the ISM GB group as well, of which there is a bike build later on in the year. And if you follow MotoGP, or you have over the years, who is or was your favourite rider? Now, most of you are going to say Valentino Rossi. Let's try and skirt around Rossi, because everybody says Rossi. Who's your favourite? I think for me, I've got a few. I'll be honest. I think of them all, I've always liked Dovi. I've always liked, yeah, it's a shame he's gone from Ducati. Always liked Dovi. Love Jack Miller, great rider as well. Alex Rins, too. I would have preferred to see the Alex Rins bike, but I think I'll do the Joan Mir. It's a bit different. And I think Bagnaia has got a promising future next year, and maybe old Fabio will get another championship out of it as well. So yeah, if I had to pick one, I'd probably say Dovizioso. I think so. Although he's gone, but he's came back, kind of. I did like his riding style and his attitude to racing. But I think out of the current lineup of potential, I gotta go with Bagnaia. I think Bagnaia's got it next year, or this year rather. So let me know who's been your favourite motorbike rider. Could be British Superbikes, GP, old GP, anything at all. Even road racing, if you're a road racing fan, whatever. Let me know your favourite rider if you got this far. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed the review. I will catch you all later. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.